And with segment one, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing video game trailers. I know I said we were doing positivity, and god damn it, we're gonna do some goddamn positivity. So, not a good start to the positive vibes, but that's
Mm.
okay. We're gonna rally right here. I have a question for you because I remember many moons ago,
Hmm.
you were a big player of Kingdom Hearts. Now,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
do do you still actively play?
No,
Okay.
no. Well, to be fair, I've wanted to for a long time. I don't know
Mhm.
why you say that. I mean, I haven't really gotten that deep. I think I played the first one, and then I watched my buddy play the second one. That's about as far as I got
Right. So
with Kingdom
I have a
Hearts.
question. So I have a
But that's
question.
because of system, to be fair. So I kind of
Are they
stopped playing on
exclusive
the.
to a system?
I believe they were exclusive to PlayStation for a while.
Ah, that'll
You
do
can
it.
get it on. You can get it on Steam now, and the one that you showed, I popped for because it is going to be released on Steam as well. So I'm excited for that, which is something that's been happening a lot on a lot of these games that are being shown. A lot of
I,
Steam, a lot of these
huh.
games coming, which is fucking awesome.
Well, isn't that kind of like compounding on that whole segment that we did about all that crass cross platform action that we were talking about before?
I
All
don't
the
know,
start.
man, because I feel like what I said on there. I thought about that when I was. Well, first of all, before we get into that, you
Yeah.
said you made a comment saying that this stuff has been coming out of nowhere. What made you like look? I'm assuming you're something like IGN or some shit.
Okay. So the when I had wrote it on the rundown when I said seemingly out of nowhere, I had wrote that as I was kind of copying and pasting the links in, kind of like trying to organize it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When I started, I still don't know the exact reason, but I started looking through IGN because I started realizing that a lot of the trailers that I was looking at all were coming from IGN. So I went to IGN's video channel and I started noticing 35 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, 1 hour ago, 2 hours. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
these are all new trailers coming out like today. So I was like,
Conventions. There's a bunch of
that's what
conventions that just happened. Yes.
I was starting to put together because there was also some Nintendo Switch exclusive
Mm-hmm.
content coming out, and then I saw
Xbox
Sega.
had one, I think, on the 7th. Summer
Yeah,
Games had one, and then on not even the big ones, there was a bunch of like smaller ones that were happening as well. So if you go on Steam right now, you click into one of the banners and it'll bring you to a list because as they went through those, a lot of them were wish lists now on Steam. So basically, anything that was wishlist now on Steam uh, that was mentioned at all recently, you go in there and it has all the games there that you can kind of look at and put them on
yeah.
your wish list and stuff like that. So I wasn't. That's why I asked because I assumed you weren't aware that those things were happening.
No, no.
Okay, okay,
I started putting it together after a certain amount of videos when I started seeing Nintendo say convention exclusive or like release exclusive or whatever the jargon what ended up being. Then I start
yeah,
when I saw Sega release trailers, I went, "Oh, this
yeah.
isn't okay. This is big." It's like, oh, okay,
The
all
crazy
right,
shit
that makes
is
sense.
that the one I popped for because I was able to watch the summer games the summer game convention where they announced the Final Fantasy. I forget the name of it, Resurgence or Resonance,
Renaissance, resonance.
shit like that. But when
Yeah.
the one that they announced that on, I was watching that one, and I think so. No, I'm bugging. That was Nintendo Direct. No. I'm confused. Anyway, I watched the summer one, and when I was watching that, they made an announcement, and I about lost my fucking mind. They announced Star Wars Pod Racing is coming back, dude.
Oh,
Yes, remember for the N64?
yes.
Oh my
This is
god, dude.
now you're talking my language. I'm in there
Dude,
like
yes.
swimwear, baby.
I
Let's
was
go.
so pumped for that. I'm excited for that when that comes out. And my biggest one was the Guild Wars 3 announcement too. I'm pretty excited for that too. I've
Okay.
been wanting for a while. I've been wanting for a while to play Guild Wars, the original Guild Wars 1. They just redid it recently. It's called like Guild Wars Reforged or some shit, and they made it controller compatible, which is awesome because then now you can play it like on the Steam Deck. So I've been wanting to play it for a while, and when I saw all that, when I saw the Guild Wars 3, I instantly had to go home, re-download the Guild Wars 2 for sure. Got to get back on there, and they got me for the Reforged. And I thought I probably like 10 minutes in, and I'm fiending. Dude. We need to get this shit done because I want to go fucking play that shit. So yeah, that's where a lot of these were coming from. I actually didn't see a couple of these that I'm pretty pumped for. The Crazy Taxi, didn't see that. That shit looks dope. That shit looks dope. And then what was there?
Can I ask a question about that? Yeah, no, there was a oh dang it, it wasn't.
Oh,
just that.
Why you remembering the Muramasa? I never saw. Yeah. I didn't see that one either. That shit's fire. I put that on my wish list the moment that's on there. I'm ready for it.
The other one from Sega, Virtual Fighter, Crossroads. Yeah. So I was like,
so I didn't know if it wanted to be Asian or Spanish. I couldn't tell.
Oh well. I had a question concerning like something like a Crazy Taxi, right? Because I'm watching the trailer for it, and somebody in the comments made a really hilarious point. It said not only is Crazy Taxi back, apparently Sum 41 is back too, because it was all the throwback music and the whole vibe. Does that hurt or help? They tried it. It looks like it tried to keep it exactly the way that it was in the Dreamcast.
This is where being the target audience goes good. Because when I hit that, because you said Crazy Taxi, I saw the Crazy Taxi. I was like, oh, this is cool. I remember this like in the arcade. This shit was fun. So I hit the trailer and that song came on. And I'm like, oh, we young again, baby. We in our 20s. We in our 20s again. So I don't know. They're starting
we out here.
They're starting to target me, man, and not starting. They have been, but they're starting to get me now because that shit worked. What are you doing?
I just saw some stuff sticking out and it was bothering me.
Anyway. They getting me, man. I'm telling you, there was a lot of really cool games. Unfortunately for me, in this convention, I don't know what your takeaway or a couple of the conventions I've seen. I don't know. I just feel like there's like I just didn't realize how many games like aren't for me.
Some self-realization.
Imagine you go to WrestleMania both nights and you only like 2 matches.
Well, I don't know about WrestleMania, but I've definitely been to wrestling shows where I only liked like about 2 matches. But I know what that's about.
Yeah,
I know what that's about. Yeah,
I think that's a bad reference because it's like you're still hopeful, right? Like it could be good, but to me, you show me 6 trailers of like horror games, and there's nothing's gonna turn that around for me. I'm literally just I don't like horror games. I just don't. So
fair enough.
And I don't know, just a realization. Like you see, it's like rapid fire games. And I'm like, dude, so many games are coming out. I don't want to play that one. I don't want to play that one. I don't want to play that one. I'm not interested in that one. That one's for children. Like, no, I'm not farming. So yeah, I just found it interesting. I just found it.
I'm a horror farming.
I just found it interesting that you don't really realize how many games are just not for you. So that's pretty.
You feel like it's dwindling down as you get a little older?
Oh, no. It's not like that because there's the games that I do like, I obsess over. You know what I mean? So it's not like the fire.
I'm referring more to the selection. Like it seems to be thinning out a little bit.
No, there's just so many genres. Like I'm sure people were going crazy for a lot of these announcements. I'm like, oh, I know nothing about that game.
Where are you on there's a new Halo campaign devolved?
I've never really been a Halo guy.
Say there you go.
I've never really been a Halo guy, but I do like Mighty Keith. I believe that's his name on YouTube. I watch him all the time. His skits are fucking hilarious, and he did one on this, and apparently they're changing a lot of the stuff or some stuff that kind of makes the original. So, I mean, I don't know what that means to Halo players. I played a little bit couch co-op here and there on the hardest difficulty. Never beat it because it was too hard. Yeah. So, I mean, I know of it. I do enjoy playing. I do know when they came out with the online, I was absolutely terrible. Halo's one of those shooters that, like, it's different. It's not like your normal shooter. you gotta kind of know the physics a little bit, and I just never could get used to it. Not that it's a bad game, but I don't know. I'm not as gassed about Halo as a lot of people are.
So I wanted to ask the question, since you have the temperature of the room here, is with all of these trailers that come out, they're all obviously to market games that are going to be released very, very soon. And there seems to be a litany of them. I
A
only put a few.
lot of these were 2027.
Right.
Very few
So
of these were end of six. So
so there were a few that, not few, but there were a lot of games that seem to be a little bit more all over the map. Like you said, there's some horror games, there's some new versions of fighting games, there's all these different types of games coming out. Some of them name brands, some of them not so much. But I wanted to ask the question:
we call that.
Is
Hold on. Let's not skate past that. You just called that shit
okay,
name brand. This isn't cereal. They could be AAA or indie. Very similar
okay,
to your wrestling. Indie
hold on.
should make sense to you.
Okay, no, no, no. I understand that there's a tier, but what's AAA and what's indie?
AAA like big budget. So
Sony,
like Call
Sony,
of Duty,
Microsoft.
Halo,
I don't know.
no game. Well, yes, but like yes. And then
Because
you have
when you say
smaller,
indie, I think more
smaller
low
developer team,
level. Yeah, smaller developer. Yeah, yeah.
team, low budget. Sometimes can range from like 3 to 5 people versus, like you said, a
Yeah.
Sony where they have like
Like a consumer
hundreds,
line.
thousands of people
Yeah.
who work on the same stuff. Yes,
Seems nowadays like the indie level is the way to go. There's a lot of people
100%.
jumping on that bandwagon right
We
now.
we in the past year maybe change. I'd say definitely year, maybe 2 years. I'd have to look. Indies have been absolutely dominating. There's hasn't been a better time since today to be an indie developer. I mean, some of the on the summer jams they showed, they were making mention to some indie games, new indie games coming out, and they were like, what was it? Oh fuck, I forget the number. I think it was like well over 5 games or top 10 games or top 5 games. I'm sorry, I wish I could remember that made indie games that sold over 2 million copies. So
Hmm.
imagine a team of 5, 2, or hell, even what's the fucking drug dealer game? They sold over 2 million copies. God, what is that? Fuck, dude, I'm so mad. I'm gonna look it up while we're talking because I'll bring it up. But he was a solo developer. Now, I believe he commissioned a lot of work, from my understanding, but he literally wrote the entire game, the code and everything, and then he just kind of outsourced some of the stuff. He commissioned some of the things like he couldn't do, but he's the main creator of the game, and he sold that game sold well over 2 million copies. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a great time to be an indie developer. I mean, the indies are in the spotlight right now. They're beating out AAA games. AAA games is just a cesspool of robbing you of your money. They want to take your time. Their whole goal is for you to come back every single day, play their game, and buy their microtransactions. And
And
although
buy the
although there's still a niche for it and people still do it, a lot less people, and they're having a lot more fun with indie games. They're more creative, and me personally, I'm starting to fall in love with games that I can beat. And I don't mean difficulty wise. I mean like there's an actual end to it. Like to the point where it's like, oh, I can keep playing and get a little bit more stats or whatever the case may be. I mean like, congratulations, you beat this game. I've been playing a lot of clicker games where it's like a roguelite. It basically just you repeat the same task over and over, you get skills, whatever, but there's an end to it. It will end eventually. You become overpowered, you do things really, really quickly, and then that like it's like a slow build, and then at the end you get this burst of strength where like you destroy it, and then it's like, congratulations, you beat my game. Thank you so much. And I'm like, yeah, that was
Thanks for
fucking
your
$5
money.
I've ever spent my whole life. You know what I mean? So indie games
How
are the truth right now.
I have how I understand all that and all that sounds amazing, but I'm curious how if they're indie developers. Because
Mm.
when we did the Game Changers series and we did High Score, a lot of those stories that we heard about developers, they all started small. but the goal was always to get either to a big company or to make their company the big company, right? Like
Sure.
we heard about Activision when the four guys left, created
Mhm.
their own thing. It became this multi blah blah blah. Blah. So my question is, if they want to be indie developers, and now we're in a generation and a time period where some of them strive to be just that. They don't really have an interest in being part of the machine, so to speak. How do they fund it? Is it
Well, I mean, just like anything else. Like, I mean, I'm sure they have jobs. Like some of these people, some of these people work at a place and then they just do their side hustle on. They just create their game on the side. So they're funding their life, maybe funding, saving up for anything that they need to commission for if they want to, or they take. I don't know. I would imagine it's just like anything else. Like if, like for instance, like I would ask you that question, like how are you doing what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like you're doing your
yeah
thing. You're saving your money. You're putting stuff to the side. You're working things out slowly, and then before you know it, you got a product. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah, but
what you're doing.
there's levels to that. When I set aside money to buy a $25 thingamabob, that's different than funding like a video game like that.
Yeah, but
That
also
seems
you gotta
expensive.
understand that most of these people are working in the most of them are working in the gaming industry. They don't make 20K a year.
Oh, Silicon
And they're
Valley folks.
they're fucking gaming nerds. 9 times out of 10, they're pretty cheap people. Like we're not talking a career where people are just walking around in fucking suits and expensive suits and shoes. I mean, most of these motherfuckers are wearing the same Metallica t-shirt they wore back when they were 18. Like these guys aren't really. They're just focused on creating games, which requires you sitting there coding and all kinds of crazy shit for years on end. You know, I don't
Surely
see
it's
it
not
so
the
far
guy
fetched to save
from
up the money.
Surely it's not the dude from South Park that just like, oh, let's do it.
I mean, you say that, but all jokes aside, the guy that you're referencing is an actual Blizzard employee.
I remember, yeah.
All right, so even in that
straight.
sense, that guy has money to do that shit. So that's what I'm saying. They just save
40
up,
years
man.
old, your hot pockets are already not round, mom.
That's it. And to be honest with you, there's a lot less overhead with that type of stuff too. So
Oh, well, that's all.
it's just, I think it's like more time than it is overhead. To be honest with
I
you.
had also assumed that the digital age helps indies because back in the day when you were an indie, there was another expense, which was distribution. You needed to get your
Absolutely.
game out there for kids to play. Now with Steam, as soon as you can build your game, you upload your game into the server, and the server does
If
its
I
own
had
job.
a game that worked right now, I could put it up on Steam. No problem. That's it. That's just how it works. Now, I don't recommend everyone just be throwing games up there all willy nilly. If you're doing it for free, then that's fine. But that's another thing. You can put games up there for free, and then you can advertisement on your YouTube. Now you're talking, what are the odds people see it and then go download it and go play it? Sure, maybe, but it's there. And the chances of someone seeing it and then dropping a comment, that's feedback, like we're talking hurdles that no normal person could jump back in the day. Now, as long to your point that you said about the funding, and I said it's probably more time than it is finances. If you put the time in, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to sell 2 million copies, but you could potentially try to
Yeah.
sell a video game.
You
There's
can
nothing
go,
stopping
yeah.
you but you. I
Yeah.
feel like this conversation is kind of going into our next conversation because I feel like I have the same energy for that than what I'm saying right now. It's really just
And
time and energy.
if that's your energy going towards the next topic, then we're going to be on the same page because that's another thing too. But before we leave this one, is there a title? Is there a game, indie or not? Is there a game right now that if they drop the trailer tomorrow, collectively the internet would just be like, "Oh my god, I didn't see this coming. I can't believe they actually put this together." Is there something that could kind of send shockwaves through the gaming industry right now if it just dropped and just surprised the hell out of everybody?
I feel like I know Guild Wars 2 isn't nearly as big as an MMO as it's seen to be, but I feel like that Guild Wars 3 trailer was somewhat that, at least in my world. But again, this is the problem with when it comes if you're a gamer and you know people who aren't gamers and they know you're a gamer, they're just gonna assume you like video games. But in
Mm-hmm.
reality, video gaming is so large that
And diverse.
even announce in my brain announcing when GTA 3 was announced, I don't even think it necessarily made a shockwave in the industry. It did, it was huge, but my point is as big as there are people who don't give a fuck about GTA. And I'm not talking about one, two, or three people. I feel like the amount of people that don't give a fuck about GTA is close to, if not more, than the people who do give a fuck about GTA, which means something because people won't shut the fuck up about GTA. So
Yeah.
it's, I don't know if it's just me overthinking the question, but GTA
No.
is one of them. But I feel like that the gaming community is so diverse that it actually goes the opposite way. I think titles that you wouldn't, and I kind of noticed that watching the convention, titles that you wouldn't, dude. There was a game announced. I can't even remember what the fuck the name was. It had like a cowboy on. Snoop Dogg came on stage. The crowd lost their fucking minds. I'm like, what is this? Apparently, this guy's been working on this shit for years. He's a legend. I still can't. Anyone watching this who knows what the fuck I'm talking about, Snoop Dogg was on stage, so that's a given to kind of find out which one it was. The crowd lost their mind. I literally said to myself out loud, either this game is way bigger than I know, or there's someone like behind the camera with an applause sign because this crowd is going nuts. But to that point, it's so diverse, dude. Even anything niche will explode the crowd and have the internet going because they're so excited for it coming out.
I kind of feel like, based on what you just described, it would be very interesting to put a Final Fantasy player, a Tekken player, and a 2K football player in the same room and go, I'm the gamer, they're not gamers. No, 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 I'm the gamer, they're not really gamers. No, 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 I'm the gamer, they're not really gamers. It was like,
Nah, I don't. I don't think that's the
bro,
thing. There's a mutual respect. You know when someone is a gamer.
mhm.
There is a difference between someone who plays video games and someone who is a fucking gamer. Like, live that shit. Like, as soon as we're done here, you know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. like that's what I'm doing. I can't wait to get off this motherfucker to go finally. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you and those people, no matter what you play, you got respect for that person for sure.
Okay. Well, at least it's a more friendlier community than some of the other ones.
Oh well,
Unlike
don't go that
sports
far. Don't
fans.
go that far. I don't
So,
know,
what is
bro.
the line of the sand then? Where is the
There is
complication?
none. It's complete anarchy.
You just gave an example about how there's mutual respect, but it's pure anarchy at the same time.
Yeah, amongst the normies. Like if we're at a summer jam or something like that, or whatever you want to call it, convention, and there's a bunch of casuals and hardcores and all stuff like that. I mean, they're still gamers in their own right, but there's a big difference between someone who says I don't even have to explain this. You guys as wrestling fans know the difference between someone who's a wrestling fan and
Yeah.
someone who just, oh, I watch wrestling. Oh yeah, when's the last time you watched wrestling? Oh, when was it? I think Stone Cold was pretty cool, right? Like Stone Cold, he's still doing things. You laugh because you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about when you say that. Oh,
Yeah.
you play? Oh, I love Spyro the Dragon. That was so much fun. Yeah, dude. When
I'm,
you were
I'm a
fucking five.
fan guy myself.
Yeah. You play video games? I love video games. I love Crash Bandicoot. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. It was
What about
so
what
good.
about what about if they do something more modern, where it's like, hey, do you like video games? Oh yeah, I Candy Crush all the time. He's like, I don't know.
All right, no. All right, I'll give you a shot. What stage you on?
Yeah.
What stage you on? Are you in the thousands? Because if you're not, then you ain't really gaming.
Yeah,
You
where
play that shit on the bus.
are you really Candy Crushing?
Yeah, yeah. No, you ain't Candy Crushing shit. Yeah, you're cash. Fucking cash.
Fucking cash. Oh, right. Well, there's some more stuff dropping pretty soon with IGN. Like I said, all of the video game YouTube channels right now
IGN is hilarious. That's the one
are
that
getting.
so that's so funny. That's what you're getting your fucking news from.
No, that was what was. I was sent one trailer, which was the
Okay,
Kingdom Hearts.
you were saying. I thought you said you were. I thought I said you follow IGN.
I don't
I was
even
about to
follow
say,
IGN. No.
Okay, fair enough.
A buddy of mine sent me Kingdom Hearts 4. And then related video. I started realizing I was like, oh my god, there's all these new trailers. Apparently, they all came out like today.
Fair enough.
I know better than to follow IGN. Jesus Christ.